Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about wastewater management. To begin with, how is that from where do you get wastewater and how is that this water can be reused? What kind of treatment has been given to this wastewater to be reused? That is what we are going to learn in this lesson. To begin with, it is a wastewater treatment is nothing but it's a journey to treatment and return back to the environment. We have learned about water cycle where we use it and again is being returned back to the. Similarly, even this wastewater can be returned back to the environment. How is that we can do that? To begin with, what is meant by wastewater? Now, this wastewater is what describes the waste material that includes industrial liquid waste and sewage waste that is collected in our towns and urban areas and is treated in wastewater treatment plants. Now, this wastewater treatment is a bigger process. In this process, it converts wastewater, which is water no longer needed or suitable for its most recent use, into an effluent that can be either returned to the water cycle with minimal environmental issues or reused. Now, what are the contaminants present in this wastewater? It includes suspended solids, biodegradable organics, pathogenic bacteria, and nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus. Now, where does this wastewater come from? This wastewater comes from our residences, right? That is human and animal excreta and waters used for washing, bathing, and cooking. Commercial institutions, dairy, and industrial establishment. Now, where does it all go? So, this wastewater, we'll just check it out where it is going. Where does the water from the washer goes? When you flush the toilet, where does the contents go? So by gravity flow, the waste is on its way to your local wastewater treatment plant. Now, what are the objectives? Why is that we have to treat this wastewater? To reduce organic content, then removal or reduction of the nutrients, then removal or inactivation of pathogenic microbes. There are different levels in this treatment. First, to begin with, is the primary level of treatment. In this primary level, there is removal by physical separation of grit and large objects, materials to landfill for disposal. Then comes sedimentation and screening of large debris, followed by secondary treatment, which includes biological and chemical treatment. Aerobic microbiological process, that is the sludge, organic matter which has been added with oxygen that removes carbon dioxide, ammonia and water. Now let us see how it begins with. Now from the treatment, okay, from the treatment center, the water enters into the screening stage, right? From the screening stage, it enters into the primary treatment stage. From there, it enters into the secondary treatment stage and then into the final treatment and then filtered into the water bodies. Now, what is done in primary treatment? Typical materials that are removed during primary treatment includes fats, oils and greases, sand, gravels and rocks, large settle-able solids including human waste and floating materials. What are the different methods used in primary treatment? They are bar screens, grinding, grit chamber, sedimentation tank, primary settling tank, and chlorination of effluent. Now, sedimentation tank. This is the primary settling tank. What does that do? It removes grease, oil, fecal solid settle, Floating material rise to the surface, produces a homologous liquid for later biological treatment. Fecal sludge are pumped to sludge treatment plant. Now this is the primary settling tank. The wastewater comes inside and the sludge is been settling down. Right later on it is being removed and the settled wastewater outlet. Further on this wastewater is treated. Now what happens in the secondary treatment? It is a biological treatment, right? It produces activated sludge, trickling filter and oxidation ponds. Now what happens to this activated sludge? This primary wastewater mixed with bacteria-rich activated sludge and air or oxygen is pumped into the mixture. Both aerobic and anaerobic bacteria may exist. It promotes bacterial growth and decomposition of organic matter. Now this BOD removal is approximately 85%. Whereas microbial removal by activated sludge, it removes 80 to 99% of bacteria and removal of viruses also is being done perfectly. Now these are the physical components during the treatment. First is the aeration tank. Oxygen is introduced into this system. Aeration source. Ensure that adequate oxygen is fed into the tank, provided pure oxygen or compressed air. Secondary clarifiers. Activated sludge solid separates from the surrounding wastewater. Whereas activated sludge outflow line pump activated sludge back to the aeration tank. Effluent outflow line. This discharged effluent into the bay or tertiary treatment plant. Now this is how it goes. The raw water enters into an aeration tank where air is being compressed air or oxygen filled is being supplied. Then the clarifier set layer. Then the treated water is being reused, and then the waste sludge it goes into the sludge treatment, and then it also helps in the recycle of the sludge. Now what happens in the secondary process? In the secondary process, the aeration and rapid mixing takes place and it helps in settling, collects sludge on the bottom. The effluent back to stream after the final carbon filtration and chlorination and dechlorination. Sludge, very nutrient rich, applied directly to the land as fertilizer, incinerated, right, composted. So this is how we can treat the waste water.